Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the semifinals. It's the Seattle Seahawks and the San Francisco 49ers. Today, I'm joined once again by my broadcast partner, Eric. Let me guess, you're ready for football.
Matthew, you're right. I'm ready for some football. Let's get this one underway.
And so is this Seattle team. And Tyler Lockett. Oh, he took a big hit to start this game.
And that's something this Niners team do well. Big hits.
So we are going to see Russell Wilson and the Seattle Seahawks play their game against the 49ers. Eric, I've been looking forward to this one since these two teams clinched their spot in the semifinal round of this tournament. If this is your first game watching, this is a full tournament. It's Chris Carson. Midfield. He's got to beat Tart. Does he have the speed? He does. Touchdown. Seattle, what a start.
What a play to kick it off. One play.
78 yards. And a touchdown.
That's 7 on the board. And we will now see the NFC champion, Jimmy Garoppolo, and his NFC championship offense, as in the San Francisco 49ers. As we will start to kick it off with Dixon, as he kicks it off, as he will take this one out to about the 23-yard line, as we will see Jimmy Garoppolo and the Niners offense start.
Thank you, Aaron, for taking over for that second. Just making sure the cameras were all set and ready, getting every best angle possible.
The camera crew, they've been working.
Yeah, especially the one, All right, so we are ready for the 49ers as McKinnon gets a gain of 7 to start. And there is that strong tight end over on your left, George Kittle, Eric. Your story on him.
Powerful man. He is strong, and it is so hard to tackle that man. You could have as you saw in the game against the Saints, how many men did it take to tackle him? It took a guy on his back, one guy trying to pull down his arm, and a guy having a face mask. And they just got him down with all of that. Powerful man.
Eric, just a reminder to those of you watching, that Saints 49ers game was not this Madden tournament. It was during the regular NFL season that the 49ers and the Saints faced off in New Orleans on Fox.
Hell of a game also, Matt.
This is pass to Kittle. He's about now 1 for 1. No gain on the play. And we will see the 49ers punt this football away from midfield. This is a nice kick, punt at the 15-yard line. A beautiful punt, Eric.
Try pinning him. Didn't get too deep, but he got deep enough. Hopefully the Seattle team can capitalize.
That's exactly correct. So 7-0. This pass intercepted. Former Seahawks. And a big mistake by Seattle.
Super Bowl champion. You try and put him on a rookie like that, as he said against Crabtree, when he versed Crabtree in the NFC Championship game, he said, when you put me like a sorry receiver like that, that's the result you're going to get. And right there, well, not that Metcalf is a bad receiver, but he just wasn't as great. That play, and it was a pick 6 for Richard Sherman and this 49ers team.
So Lockett will return it, patiently running, and then hit from behind at the 28-yard line. So, Eric, that is a huge turn of events They punted the football to start their opening drive. They went 3 and out. Well, they did not go 3 and out, but they started with the football and got pretty much beat on it as they had to punt it. Now, Russell Wilson throws an interception. That is huge.
And something that I'm
For the
surprised
Niners.
about, they had the interception, but they go out throwing. Something that you don't see very often. You get it picked off, and the very next play, you throw the football. Something that you don't see very often in the NFL. You saw it there, it's 15 yards. As that run gets stuffed right at the line of scrimmage for no gain, 2nd and 10.
So 2nd down and 10, Eric, as you said, at the 42-yard line for the Seattle Seahawks. 2nd down, Wilson. Pressure comes. Wilson throws. Pass is caught. Sherman, it gets moved on. Still going. Sidelines down to the 16-yard line. And Eric, this Seahawks team is shifty today.
Yeah, and it's going to play a big part in this game. They can control field position very well. And you're going to see it very much in this football game. But they can get better at controlling the football. And if you're any team, you want to control the football, keep the ball in your hands, and keep it away from Jimmy Garoppolo and the 49ers.
As Chris Carson gets his 6th rush of the day, and Eric, Russell Wilson, not only as Deshaun Watson did, he relied on his legs a lot, and he relied in the air, he relied on the run game. This is a very strong running offense by Pete Carroll. And a strong running defense. Chris Carson down to the 1-yard line as he's now at 4 rushes, 94 yards, and a touchdown.
Not the fastest runner, not the strongest runner, but he will get the job done, and he will burn you. He will make sure that no matter what happens, he gets the job done, and he will carry this offense through this game and either play the Saints or the Packers.
And that's exactly what he did there with the 49er defense too strong. Here's a toss. Carson stuffed.
Behind the line.
Loss of 3 yards. And played perfectly by the 49er defense. 3rd down. Wilson throws pass. Metcalf. Touchdown! Seattle takes the lead.
What a route by Metcalf coming across the field. Wilson saw it, and when Wilson saw it, there was no corner near him.
No safeties at all.
No defense. That was near him. He took the shot, ended up in 7 points.
And that's huge for the Seahawks now as they lead against the 49ers.
With a minute 56 to play.
Well, again, ladies and gentlemen, those of you just joining us here live as the Seahawks play the 49ers in the semifinals. So 1:56 to go. Dixon on to kick it away. It's a kick into the end zone. James will return it. And Richie James down to the 25. So if he needed it, he would have been in the same spot. 25 yards. And here comes Garoppolo.
This high-powered running offense.
Which we see there. And it's room to run. Coleman! Are you kidding me? Touchdown, 49ers. They're within 1.
Begging them to come catch him. No one's going to do it there. And he's in for 6.
And Eric, Garoppolo touched the football in the first drive, had to punt it. The only points they scored was a defensive pick 6 by Richard Sherman, the former Seattle Seahawk. Now they get the offense to score points, and this game's back tied at 14 with a 1:40 to go in the first half.
It is, and that was a big play by Richard Sherman. A must-needed play to wake them up. They woke up, and it was a big play and ended up starting this football game.
And that may be a big play too. Lockett, sidelines, Lockett, touchdown, kick return. Seattle's back in the lead.
What a play! Tyler Lockett took it all the way to the house, and we now see Russell Wilson didn't come on the field, but they did score 6.
Now, Eric, as well, that took some time off the clock. A good 20 seconds off the clock for the 49ers that they could have used. No 2-minute warning. They have all 3 timeouts, but remember, so do the Seattle Seahawks.
They do, and that's going to play a factor in this game. The timeouts, they're going to use them, and it's going to help either team, whether it's the Niners or the Seahawks, but it's going to help them, and it's going to depend on how they can use them and how it will help them in this game.
So, Eric, as we come back to Jimmy Garoppolo, came out for one play last drive. It was a run just like this one. Coleman, this time wrapped up from behind after a gain of about 7. Second down and 4. So an initial gain of 6 yards. Garoppolo bring blitz. Pass! Kittle! First down! And the 49ers down the field at the 41-yard line. Here's Coleman to the 39-yard line. And Eric, there is one of those timeouts for San Francisco.
It is now. It's not that they needed to use a timeout. They would have been fine without it. But they used it. And those timeouts allow this 49ers team to use their run game, which we have seen in the past is a great run game. And then being able to use it just opens up more opportunities for this team.
That's exactly correct. So there is another timeout by the 49ers. Now, would you go on the air, into the air, if you're Garoppolo here on 1st and 10? They do. Garoppolo throws, pass, Kittle. George Kittle to the 7-yard line. And Eric, you see the numbers. 3 for 3. And all 3 of those passes have gone to that big tight end, George Kittle.
And that's the thing, which means he's only thrown 3 passes in 2 quarters, which is big. But you also got to think about that it could play a big difference in this game. This run game for the Niners is really big. And that really is going to help them by having a great, strong run game. Is really going to differ up and change this game.
And Eric, so will this play on first down, pass caught Kittle. No timeouts. And that will do it. So that is the end of the first half, Eric. A disappointing end of the half if you're the 49ers. What do you got to do differently here in the second half?
Well, you got to keep the Seahawks to minimum gains. You got to use that great front four that they have. They have Buckner, Bosa, Armstead, and Ford. It's a great front four, and they're just not using that to their advantage on the run game.
And that is Richie James down to the 31. Well, so glad you're joining us here live as the 49ers take on the Seattle Seahawks. The winner is going to the NFC Championship game to determine who